Welcome to the Critical Moment Action Report for the week ending 13 July. I know it's been 2 weeks and I'm happy to be back and I'm glad to bring you the news of what's going on in Critical Moment. Lots of big news going on as I was able to basically collect 2 weeks worth. Last Sunday I was sick, so I was unable to do this show. So this week we'll be catching up on kind of everything that's been going on. We're going to go ahead and start off with the World of Warcraft branch led by Greer Reaver and Azrael Reborn. And they've actually been pretty successful over the last few weeks. They're now up to 12 of 14 bosses down in the Siege of Orgrimmar normal mode 10-man raid. Now, I know they've been working on this. Greer has, I think, been recruiting at least a couple of raiders. So they have a regular group who's going in very rarely do they have to pick up one extra person, maybe two extra people to fill the raid as people, raid teams fluctuate in and out. But they are down. They've downed, since we last talked, Thok the Bloodthirsty and Siegecrafter Black Fuse, which means they only have the Paragons, the Klaxi, and Garrosh Hellscream, or Gary, as everyone knows him affectionately, because, he's kind of a nice guy, Garrosh. He is. I mean, he's kind of taken care of the Horde and been... Okay, I'm not kidding. I can't pull it off. Yeah, he's a douchebag. And, which is good. He's a great end of expansion boss that they're working on. They know the fight. They've seen it, I don't know how many hundreds of times already in the LFR and Flex versions that they've all used to help gear up. The good thing is they are weekly ripping through the entire instance. I'm not sure if they're starting only on Wing 4 now, but they are gearing up and getting the raid team geared. Last I talked to Az about a week ago, I think his gear score is up to around 564, which is pretty damn good for being one of the main tanks. And I think Greer was he was 550 something earlier. He's probably up 560, 570 something now. So good job to those guys. Keep plugging. You guys should have this thing done here in the next couple weeks, next month or so. And you'll be ready to at least take a little bit of time off to relax and kick back, unless you're going to go do Heroic. Before the expansion drops now, probably in November. Okay, skipping on to more Blizzard news. This week we were notified, I think it was this week, that the Naxxramas, or the Curse of Naxxramas, has released, and this is the first time. First is purchasable content for those playing Hearthstone. You basically battle your way through the famous WoW raid of Naxxramas, through card battles, of course, and then you defeat the bosses. You get some unique cards, some powerful cards, and some other things going on, some cool card backing that's also included. And if you get ranked, of course, you get that card backing. I think you only have to get to rank 20, which is not too difficult. Cirrhosis and Az have been playing. I haven't heard any feedback of the actual instance yet. I look forward to talking to them later this week and get some feedback and finding what they think about it. Personally, I haven't played it that much. Again, I've got an Android tablet, and it hasn't been released on Android yet, but it is on the iPad for those of you who are looking to have it on iPad, looking for something to do in your spare time when you're not doing something else. Final Fantasy XIV has been moving on pretty strongly. I've seen Drax and Broody have been busy in the Final Fantasy TeamSpeak channel. I know they're in-game recruiting, they're running events, running dungeons and those kinds of things. One of the things I have to say is it is fun, it is good to do. The Final Fantasy group, or not the group, the Final Fantasy community has been one of the best ones that I've been a member of. I have had no problems when I've been in there, and I've gone through there looking for group, jumped in. The people were very friendly. I tell them first time healer, blah, 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 and they're always like, hey, okay, cool, no problem. It's one of the best communities that I've played with in MMOs, especially modern day, where we've had a lot of toxic communities. I haven't heard exactly how the recruiting is going. I know they're picking up people, one or two here and there, as they continue to work on rebuilding that community and becoming an integral part of Critical Moment. So good job, guys. Keep it up. And again, for anyone looking to play or looking to move your character over, we are on the Behemoth server. So go ahead and check us out over there. Critical Moment. Now on to Arcade. We had big news this week, and when it was announced, it was kind of a delay. We didn't hear much news. We dropped the 1.2 patch. We had the 4th of July weekends where a lot of the devs took off, because the studio's located for Tryon or here in the U.S. The devs took off for the 4th of July weekend. Didn't hear anything. This week's live stream was then the announcement that the closed beta, the first beta event, will take place starting this Thursday at noon or 10 a.m. Pacific time, and will go from Thursday through Monday at the same time, 10 o'clock Pacific time. So now what that means is that's going to allow us, our group of core players are going to be coordinating a couple of different things. One, we're going to be testing our launch plan, which is to get in the game, get the guild formed, get the farms down, establish ourselves, and do all those things that were, in preparation for Head Start, for launch, and was also going to allow us to be back in the community and hitting recruiting hard. This is an opportunity. The first one, we're going to have the new influx of players. We're going to be able to pick up those players who kind of like the game, like what's going on, like the atmosphere that we have, which is a mature atmosphere. I think almost everyone in the guild now is upper 20s, has a career, is working, is mature, responsible, isn't talking about, I don't know, dumb leet speak things that we've had previous members talk about, downing the boss, downing the highest level raid boss, and getting the best level gear. And in some instances, we had some people who are no longer with the guild who are even buying gold in the alpha so they could be the best. They could in the alpha, when we still have the alpha and then the beta, whatever. So, but now we've got the ability to go in and move our plan, find more mature, a great, good, solid community, build from that base, still working towards our goal of getting 100 active players or a good player base, strong player base for launch that we can get in there and kind of support what everyone wants to do. We've been working on training, the tradecraft, the plans for crafting and everything else. And so it looks like we're doing good. I'd like to thank again this week for all the work. There's a lot of hard work that's gone in this week to revising some of our plans from Tagari, Merc, Pyreborn, Fracker, Ups, Laugh. Thank you all. You guys are doing a great job in there and learning lots of things. Pyreborn is keeping us right on track, making sure that we're not getting in there too deep, trying to gather hundreds of Thunderstruck logs, not hundreds, but yeah, a few Thunderstruck logs, and pushing for cars and tanks and everything else by reminding us, like, hey, don't forget, it's the alpha, so it's no big deal. It's going to be the PTS here soon in the next couple of months as we go into launch, and that's the time to get serious. So good job to all those guys. Good job to all the guys in all the branches, guys and gals in all the branches, for keeping Critical Moment going and strong and continue to build the community. Remember, we have recruiting open in all 3 of our major games. That's right, we are fully recruiting in World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy XIV, and in ArcAge. And if you aren't playing any of those games, but you are interested in playing with a couple of guys who are pretty knowledgeable in Hearthstone, and Soros has been up to rank 3, they're happy to jump into TeamSpeak and just chat and talk and just play Hearthstone all day long. So good job to everyone. I look forward to seeing you all in TeamSpeak. Stop in and say hi. Don't forget to stop in the other channels and say hi to everyone. We are one community. I look forward to seeing you all in the game of your choice. Have a great week gaming. Bye.